It's been a couple of weeks since I bought my Target Omni, and I wanted to do a little review just to let you know what I personally think of it as somebody who hasn't been sent it and doesn't have ad revenue money or whatever to come out of my pocket to buy a Target Omni. First of all, if you don't know what a Target Omni is, it's Target's take on an auto scorer, similar to something like Auto Darts or like the Scolia. It links to Target's app dart counter, which is probably the biggest darts counter, app that you can buy and use or pay a subscription for. Not only is the Omni just a scorer, an auto scorer, it's also a ring light, and a really good one at that actually, you'd expect for the price. But, so as you can see, there's four legs, each leg has a camera attached to it, and it's all magnetically attached to the board, which means there is no drillings apart from your board drillings or your whisper or whatever you've got. I've got the whisper, but apart from putting the board on the wall, it's not like the Scolia or like any auto darts thing where you've got to drill anything into the wall. It magnetically connects, which makes it easier for you to also transfer it to different boards, different settings. You go on holiday, you've got a dartboard, take your Omni, there you go, all sorted. It is really important where your Omni sits on the board. It's got a designated place in between certain numbers that it does need to sit, otherwise it will get things wrong. And that is in between the 16 and the 7, the 9 and the 12, 15 and the 2, and the 18 and the 4, about halfway. But when you calibrate it, it gives you a very detailed breakdown of how close you are degrees wise to the exact point where it needs to be. I've found that maybe a degree or 0.8 of a degree is probably about okay. It doesn't need to be bang on 0, but if you can get it there, then you're going to have little to no issues. Mine is on bang 0, exactly what it needs to be, and I've had next to no issues. As I said, it is really easy to set up. There's a couple of screws that go into the arm just to connect the actual ring light to the legs. They're all done with an Allen key. It all comes in the package. You haven't got to drill anything, and like I said, it literally just magnetically connects to the board like the Target Corona light does. You will maybe have some questions in this little gap here. Does this make the light any worse? No, the light is absolutely perfect. No shadows, and it is a perfect ring light, I think. Again, for the money you'd probably expect it to be, but it's nice that it is, if that makes sense, when you're buying something that is an auto scorer. When you set it up, it does say that the Target Tool or Aspire is recommended. However, as someone who studied marketing and who has obviously used it, and I have tried it with a different board. I've got a Blade 6 in a different setup in an outhouse. I've tried the Blade 6 on it, and the Blade 6 is fine. I think it is recommended because they want you to buy the Target board. I use the Target Tool. I bought this before any other symmetrical boards came out, because obviously I hate with the Blade 6 when you move it, it just looks weird. So obviously with this, no matter where you move, like the 13 was the original triple 20 segment, and you move it and it's symmetrical and it looks beautiful. I do want to try the Winmore one and the Harrows one. They look quite cool, so probably when this is done, I'll probably get a different one, probably the Winmore one. But yeah, good board, works fine. Now, there is a couple of things with the Omni that people will tell you, and I'll tell you this before we get into the pros and cons, because I don't consider these to be cons. Anyway, so first, buy leg covers and buy camera covers. So the thing that says PDC, that doesn't come with the Omni. You have to buy those separately. Now, you probably could get away with not buying one, but just for added security of something that's so expensive and so premium, you definitely should buy them. I got them from a guy off Etsy for, I want to say 12 quid with the camera covers. It just makes it look nicer. They're all the same sort of like carbon fiber sort of thing, 3D printed, I don't know what it is. Looks nice. The PDC logo, I think, when it looks so cool, and I absolutely love it. You can get them with your football team, with your name, with players. Black, you can buy them from Target that are just black, yellow, red, purple, random like normal colours. But I got the PDC ones because I thought they looked quite cool. And number 2, something people tell you to do is buy a fan. Personally, I don't have a fan because the ventilation in this room is fine. I did buy a fan and it was crap. It doesn't connect properly. With the way it connects, it has to move the leg cover, which then throws the camera off, if that makes sense. That's why I don't use it. Maybe in the future I'll buy one, but it gets hot, which shows it's doing its job, if that makes sense. Like an Xbox. An Xbox will get hot because it's doing its job. You don't put another fan on an Xbox when it's already hot. Because I did only buy this 2 weeks ago, there are a new set of processors. This is in this one. So I kind of want to see what it's like without a fan, whether the new processor makes any difference. I didn't try the first one, I just heard what people have said. But yeah, the ventilation in this room is cool most of the time. There is actually a big fan there behind the camera, so I could just use that. No, but yeah, if I ever notice it getting bad or anything, I'll buy a fan, but at the moment I'm alright too. And another thing people say to do is power the lights separately. Don't have a plug space for that, so I can't do that, but I wouldn't do it anyway, because again, Target seem pretty good at replacing stuff, and I want to stress test it, because why wouldn't you? It's a £500 or it's a £450 bit of kit. I want to stress test it and see what it's actually like. So going into the pros and cons, I think there's a lot of pros and not a lot of cons, to be honest, and it might sound a bit biased, I don't know, I haven't been sent this, I paid for it out of the money that I do my day job for and saved and then bought it like that. It cost me £450 from St Helens Dart Shop. I trekked the 45 minutes it is there in the car, rather than buying it from Argos, because local businesses support it, it's a good shop, lovely people, might as well. So I bought it from there, it was £450, which is 50 below, like, brand new value from Argos or Target themselves. The pro is a ring light. The ring light is class. It's pretty similar to the Target Corona, if not a bit better. And that's a £70 ring light in itself, which would then bring the price down to about £380. But yeah, with the price at £380, it's kind of like, for an auto scorer, it's kind of about right. I know the Scolia and that have ring lights, so if you want to count that towards the price, don't know. Whatever. Another pro itself is Dart Counter itself, because it's such a good app. There's so many things you can do. You can play online, you can play tournaments. And the best thing is, with the Scolia, you can only play against people with the Scolia on their designated site with accounts and that. Whereas on Dart Counter, you can select people to use the Omni, the Vert, which is the camera that shows the board and the player, or a camera themselves, which is hence why I have that there as well. So yeah, Dart Counter itself, like I said, it's a great app. Tracks loads of different stats. It's presented well. It looks really, really nice, I think, as you can see it there. And yeah, I've used it for years. I've used it since I started playing darts, which would have been like 2021-ish, I don't know, something like that. And yeah, obviously the app's got a lot better since then, and absolutely, you know, bucket loads better, obviously since the rise of like Littler and all that, and Target as a brand itself. You can play local against the dartbot as well, which is something I like to do. And yeah, it's brilliant. That's another pro. Another pro I'd give it is the accuracy. Sometimes people, or early reviews of this I've watched before, before I bought it, people saying it's quite inaccurate. It's not. There might have been an early thing. There's been loads of updates since then. When you first get it, you need to update it loads of times, by the way. It's just one of them things you have to do. Obviously, it is going to get it wrong. It's technology. It happens. If you want an auto score that's 100% perfect, then don't buy one, because none of them are. Like the Scolia gets it wrong. Auto Darts gets it wrong. The Omni gets it wrong, as humans sometimes get the score wrong. But yeah, it's perfect in terms of accuracy, as it can be. Like I said, it's not 100%. And something that I love, again, is, say you have 3 darts or 2 darts rammed by the treble 20 up here in the corner, and then you put one over here in this corner, it gets it every time, I think, or I've experienced anyway. I know people have different stories, people have different things to say about the Omni, but for me, class, love it. Another pro I would say is, it's a bit weird, this one, is the customizability of it. Again, with being able to 3D print Omni legs, I don't know, I don't have a Scolia, I've never tried one, so I don't know if you can do it for it, I don't know. But having sort of PDC things or city covers or my name or something like that, it is amazing that I can do that if I wish. Just makes it look so. I think this board looks really professional, and I really like it. It's sleek, it's nice. There's not any like mad colours on like the covers or the surround that are just in your face. So I quite like that alone in itself. Moving on to cons, there is one or two, and I'm gonna ignore the stories that you see about processors and all that. It's not happened to me, so why'd I put it in my review? So moving on to the cons, one of the biggest ones I have, and it annoys me a lot, this, but there is probably no way to solve it because of the way the cameras are and technology is. So if I say I'm aiming for double 2, because it's something that I leave quite a lot, because I always go there, the 16, Z8 and the 4 route, that's just my preferred route. And I always use it up on double 2. So sometimes, if, say, use this, it goes in a surround here, it might wave a bit. And just bounce because of the way it surrounds rubber, and it might just wave. That will count as darts because it thinks there's another dart because it's waving and it's moving. Because obviously, if I throw a dart into the board like that, it's not going to move. So it registers it badly, which is a bit annoying. But I feel like with the Scolia and auto darts, that'll be the same case. because there's not really a way to solve that. So all you have to do is just go into the app on this, like the little thing we've just seen a minute when I throw some darts at the board, just change it to if you hit it, or if it still misses, just leave it. That's what I do. But if you do hit it, just change it. Yeah, it works. But yeah, it's a bit annoying when that happens, honestly, because it kind of puts you out your rhythm, I suppose. It's easy to change. It's easy enough to change. So there you go. It's not that difficult. Another pro is it helps you keep your rhythm, and it's kind of the reason I bought this in the first place. Is that my maths is all right, but in terms of calculating what you have scored, it's then taking it away that I'm a little bit with. That does it perfectly, because it'll, as you throw the darts, I'll say I'm on 180 and I hit 20, it'll say 160, and it'll tell me what I can do with the last 2 darts to leave myself the best sort of checkout possible. Something I wish Dart Counter could do is you could set your preferred double or your preferred weight, and it'll give you ways to do that. I think that will probably come. But if I could set my preferred, so it's on your account, it's like what's your preferred double, and I go 16, so 32, or 36, 18, I love that as well. It'll try and take me on to double 18 or double 16 when I'm playing. I'd love that, instead of it trying to make me leave tops all the time, which I'm not, I'm okay with tops. It's double 10 that I can't do. So I prefer that, if that would come out, but I feel like it will. That's going to come at some point, you'd imagine. I know there's only one con, but genuinely with this, I love it. It's amazing. I've not really got any issues with it, and I've had no issues so far. And when I have had a miscount, it's because it's been the boards either not being calibrated or I've not done it properly. I am planning on doing a longer review, maybe like 6 to 12 months in, and kind of like say, because I could have a processor issue next week, and this looks stupid now. Let's move over to the board and do a 9 dart challenge and see how many points I can score in 9 darts while you see the Omni in action. Alright, so now we're moving over to the board. I know the light is not perfect, stop moaning. But let's have a cheeky 9 dart challenge. And we hit the 1 already.
34.
It's not perfect, is it? Let's be honest. I think the target is now to probably break a ton. It's not
43.
It's not a bad last. No, that is a bad last dart. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. But yeah.
$39.
We broke 100, so there we go. So yeah. That has been it for the video. If you do want to like and subscribe, do so to see more darts content. And I'll see you all in the next video.